Hey, welcome back to Clarity Tarot. Today's reading is going to be an interesting one, I think, and it's going to be what are you feeling and why? Why are you feeling this? So, I've had the experience recently, the last couple days, I've been in kind of a funk, and I'm like, what is happening with me? Like, what is going on, truly? And I've had trouble understanding myself. And then I kind of snapped out of it today. But anyway, I was thinking this would be a great topic for a reading. Like, what is it that you're experiencing emotionally, spiritually right now? And why? Like, positive or negative. You could be in a really great space and you might want to understand what are the positive elements that contribute to you being in that space. Or you could be struggling and why is that happening? So this is a way, hopefully, for all of us to get more in touch with what your own experience is and why that's happening. And we're going to have 4 different piles. So pile 1, these are all from the Oracle of the Shapeshifters deck. Pile 1, we have Kitsune. I will show you whom to trust, it says on this card. Pile 2, got 2 cards. Alice in a Sea of Tears. Castaway, out of your depth, feeling abandoned, plus the fairy bee, my life is sweet. Pile 3, the deep dark sea mermaid, find solutions in the unknown places in the darkness. And pile 4, snake princess, the serpentine path to power. And the dragonling garden, a new world is born. So pile 1, 2, 3, or 4. I'm going to use these cards to describe kind of the emotional, spiritual state that you are in. And we'll talk about why and how to keep it going or how to shift if you would want to do either of those things. So I'm really curious how this is going to go and also curious how you will feel about this reading. So please let me know what you think and I will see you at your reading. Timestamps are in the description box. Hello, pile 1. If you picked Kitsune, I will show you whom to trust. And number 2, we're going to answer what are you feeling and why. So this first part of the reading, I'm going to describe the state that you are in. So this will help you know if it's your reading, because if what I describe resonates for you, then the second part of the reading should also resonate. But if what I say here is like, I don't know that I'm really feeling that, then you might want to pick another pile. Okay, so the emotion I get from this card is actually a deep, settled contentment. It's very still, almost like a mountain pond or some kind of body of water that doesn't even have a ripple in it. Very serene. Like you have your people around you, you know who you can trust, like the card says. You feel very content with if you have like animal friends around or pets, you get a really warm, cozy feeling like that. And so this feeling is it's not exciting, it's not stimulating, it's like the absence of stimulation, but in a good way. It's calmness, serenity, stillness, contentment. There's a feeling of domesticity also, like, being happy, puttering around at home, everything being right in the world, but at the same time, nothing too big going on. But it's a positive and settled feeling. Okay, so if that resonates for you, kind of where you're at the moment, let's learn more about why. I mean, to me, this is like a really positive emotional state. For some of you, it may feel good, but you may also have questions like, should I be feeling something different? Should I be wanting or feeling more excitement in my life? Is this okay for me just to feel kind of like pleasantly numb? Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Some of you may have questions about that. But anyway, we are asking what Spirit wants you to know about what contributes this feeling. And I think we'll also learn, like, is it a good and healthy and positive thing for you, or is it something that Spirit might want to invite you to shift? So let's see. So Spirit for pile 1. Okay. 9 of Pentacles is our first card out. For pile 1, what do you want them to know about that? We have 8 of Pentacles and then the 10 of Swords in reverse. We have the 9 of Cups in the reverse. The 7 of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck is 4 of Wands in the reverse. So this is the vibe of someone who's happy, who's good on their own, who's really happy without a lot of other people around. And so what has created this is you have become your own best friend, pile 1. Like, you are truly one of those people who's happy, maybe even happiest when you're by yourself. And you treasure your space, especially your inner heart and soul space. I'm really drawn to, on the 7 of Wands, this person who seems to be like meditating on a cushion. Perhaps they're about to do some yoga, and there's these wands coming at them, but they're in this bubble, totally protected and defensive against anything that might come to hurt them. So I think you've created a happy little bubble for yourself. I'm really getting the sense of someone just being like totally chilling and happy, sitting on their couch at home, not having to go out, not having to invite somebody over, like just being happy with what is there already. And so what has created this is your willingness to really take charge of your life, in the sense that it's like you're crafting your own happy place. Your work has a lot to say about this as well. For some reason with this card, I'm getting the vibe of like you working from home. Maybe you're the kind of person that just really loves working from home versus working in an office. And there are some people that really prefer to be in an office. I'm actually married to one of those people. He prefers to have lots of other people around. But for you, whatever your work scenario is, you've really dialed that in to be supportive for you, and you feel pretty good about it. And everything is based in reality, not dreams or ideas or wishes or fantasies. You've taken practical action with the Ace of Pentacles to build exactly what you want. And it's produced this result. So I think that's coming through in this reading for Spirit, just to give you like an atta-girl, atta-boy kind of thing. I think you've worked hard on this. It's been hard fought for you, pile 1, to get to this point. And so that question that was in my mind, at least as the reader, like, is this a good thing? Is there anything to be worried about here? Like no, actually it's fully positive and the result of all your hard work. So enjoy it, pile 1. It's awesome. And in particular, it has come from you knowing yourself and your own needs, and from your own self-sufficiency. So the example that's coming to mind actually came to mind a moment ago also when I was shuffling the cards. It's almost like that feeling when you're a little kid and you accomplish something for the first time. Like, I got up on my bike. I was able to ride around the block. You know, that's a huge accomplishment when you're a kid. So there's something here where it's like, I did it on my own. Like, I made myself happy, or I built that piece of furniture myself, or I learned how to conquer that recipe. I finished that project without any help. And it's like your relationship with yourself is thriving and strong. I think that's most of what there is to say for this pile, but let me just see if there's anything else that Spirit wants to bring through for you, pile 1. I could definitely chill in this energy all day because it's a great feeling. We have a lot of cards coming out. The new bottom of the deck is 8 of Wands in reverse. So Spirit's wanting to let you know, like, slowing down has been a big part of this success for you. 10 of Wands in reverse, similar message, not taking as much on. 3 of Wands, looking to the future and your own stability with the King of Pentacles, the Emperor, the Page of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords. I think you've learned a really important truth recently about how success comes, and it's not these big flashy moves or anything more than grounded, step at a time, little improvements. It's reminding me of the book Atomic Habits, and just basically how incremental change can be so powerful. So you've mastered that, you've learned the truth of that in this recent amount of time, and that's helped you create this success for yourself. Yeah, so I think that's the purpose of this reading, pile 1, is just to say, like, you've done this, it's a beautiful thing, enjoy it. There's nothing to fix, nothing to solve, nothing to do, just bask in this energy. You deserve it. So I hope you enjoyed that reading and it resonated for you. Please leave me a like, comment, or subscribe to the channel if you like. I also am running a special through June 15th. If you're interested in buy one, get one free private readings with me, feel free to get in touch with me via email. My email's in the description box. Thanks so much, pile 1. See you next time. Hey, pile 2, thank you for being here. Welcome to your reading. For your emotion cards, we have Alice in a Sea of Tears and the Fairy Bee, My Life is Sweet. So the emotion here, let me know if this describes you. So if this resonates, then this is probably your reading. If it doesn't resonate, maybe pick a different pile. So this is the feeling that, like, nothing is wrong. Why don't I feel okay? Or I should be feeling this or that and I'm not. Why am I not feeling the way that I should be right now? The example that's coming to mind is before I was with my current partner. Actually, I got engaged to someone in my early 20s, and when that person proposed to me and I said yes, I felt numb. And so that would be an example of this set of emotions here. It's like, this is what I wanted. Things are good. Things are great. I'm happy. Aren't I happy? Why don't I feel happy? Why am I not feeling right? So it's that sense we have when we get what we think we want, but the emotion just isn't there. It can also be, sometimes this is the realization that you no longer love something or someone. This can be for a lot of reasons. I mean, it can be like a relationship change. It can be you're doing a hobby that you just don't love the same way you used to. Like, oh, I love playing basketball. Well, actually, maybe the 15-year-old me loved playing basketball and 30-year-old me just doesn't love it the same way. This could also be just like shifts and changes in your life. It could also be like you noticing that your mental state has changed. You know, if you have high anxiety or depression, that can change your enjoyment of things. So whatever the case, the emotion you're experiencing is, I should be happy. Why am I not happy? To sum it up. So if that resonates, let's ask for more. So Spirit, what else? What do you want to tell pile 2 about why they're feeling this? The other thing I should mention about this emotion is kind of the unspoken question here is, what's wrong with me that I'm not feeling the way I should be feeling? Okay. So Spirit, what do you want pile 2 to know? You have the Ace of Wands, the Hanged Man in reverse, Star in reverse, Page of Cups in reverse, the Empress. So basically the reason you're feeling this, we have the Emperor in the reverse at the back. And actually, so this is you, the Emperor in reverse. The Emperor, when they're in the reverse position, is about being overly controlling, dictatorial. It's like, so at the very least, you have an expectation of how you should think, feel, behave, experience whatever's happening, and you're frustrated that reality doesn't match up to this. So that's the overall reason why this is happening. Like, things aren't going the way that you think they should. To use my example from earlier today in the intro, where I was saying, like, I was kind of in a funk for a day or two, my expectation is that I should be happy and balanced and productive and pro-social all the time. And so if I have a day or two where I just feel totally out of it and don't want to talk to anybody, like, I'm not okay with that. So I'm like divided against myself. I'm the Emperor in reverse. I'm trying to control me being at my best all the time, which is not a realistic expectation, is it? Too much. But beyond that, there's something else growing in you. I'm really drawn to this Ace of Wands and the Empress. I mean, for a few of you, it could be literally that you're pregnant, and so your emotions are a little bit thrown off from what they normally would be. That's for one or two of you. But if it's not an actual physical pregnancy, it's that there's something deep that's shifting in you, something very important. This is a spiritual process. It's very deep work. And while that's happening, there are just going to be some shifts and changes that you don't expect. And you don't have the illumination yet of what it all means and why it's important. But in the future, this is going to be an area or a situation that brings a lot of positivity, a lot of healing for you. By no means is this emotion telling you that you should avoid this person, situation, activity, whatever it is. It is a positive situation, but there is something being worked out in you, something mysterious, something that's different for each person, exactly what it is that's happening and why. But that is being worked out in the current moment. And so it's like you're noticing that. You're noticing that something feels in process or something feels a little bit off. And you're right about that, but what you don't have is the reason why. So I'm sure some of you here are like, well, yeah, great, but what is the reason why? So I'm going to see if I can get some clarity on that for you. So is there anything more that you can tell us, Spirit, about the why of this, please? We have Ace of Swords in the reverse and Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. Basically, no, there isn't more that I can tell you other than this, that it's not something you can figure out by yourself. It's going to happen with other people, with people in your soul family who come along. Some of these people might be people in your life already. Some of them might be coming. But whichever situation fits you, it's all going to become clear at some point. But for now, I think the guidance is not to react to the feeling, just radical acceptance of everything that you're experiencing, because nothing is wrong. Don't gaslight yourself, or make yourself wrong for feeling anything that you're feeling. There's nothing wrong with what you're experiencing. It's all part of this process, and it will all make sense at some point in the near future. So I want to just ask one more question for some clarity from Spirit, because if I was hearing this reading, I think I'd be a little bit annoyed. So because I want it to be a little bit more clear. So I'm just going to see if there's anything else that Spirit can give us on this. Spirit, anything else you can do or say to make this a little bit easier, please? Well, we just had a stack come out and I will take them. We have King of Cups in reverse, Ten of Cups, the Wheel, the Moon, the Knight of Wands. Okay, so there's a part of you that is coming online that has been lying dormant for, I'm hearing, many years. This is a very young and a very wise part of you. So I think this is the part of you that knows what it wants, knows who they are, knows how to go forward in life, and knows how to be free and authentic in the world. And I'm hearing that you have a lot of this already, pile 2, but there's like an up-leveling happening around that for you that's coming, that you're really going to be happy about. And it's going to give you this emotion. Do you see just how, or like the emotion of this person or the horse in the background? It's like just totally in the moment, loving life, immersed in the current experience, and totally open to whatever life may bring in next. And there's something about this Emperor in reverse posture that is inhibiting that and is going to be shifting. I'm not getting there's anything for you to do right now. This is deep spiritual work that Spirit and your guides are doing on your behalf and in partnership with you. It's like there's a trust here that you will partner with Spirit to do this work. So there's nothing for you to do right now. It's just for you to know that this shift is coming and the pieces will fall into place without you having to do a thing about it. Interesting reading, pile 2. I hope that resonated for you. Please leave me a like, comment, or subscribe and let me know what you thought. And I hope to see you next time. Hello, pile 3. If you chose the Deep Dark Sea Mermaid, number 16, find solutions in the unknown places in the darkness. This will be your reading. Thank you for being here. And first we're going to look at what is the emotion you're feeling, and then we'll dig into why or anything else Spirit wants you to know about that. So pay attention to this first part to see if it resonates with you in terms of how you're feeling, and that will let you know if this is your reading. Okay, so the Deep Dark Sea Mermaid. This feeling is, it's pensive. It's going on an investigative search, like you're a detective. You're trying to uncover all life's mysteries. This could be in lots of different scenarios. Maybe you've gotten really into like true crime recently, and you're wanting to, like in that sense, understand the mysterious side of life. This could be certainly like the esoteric. It could be sociology, psychology, spirituality, but whatever it is, the emotion you're feeling right now is you're very drawn to the dark places, to murky things, conspiracy theories, hidden knowledge, and looking deep within yourself. Maybe you're drawn to therapy or different modalities that help you explore your own psyche or the darker side in particular. And along with all this can be true for some of you, not all of you, but some of you are also feeling like a darker mood, probably dysthymia at least, which is kind of like this long-term, low-grade feeling down. It's not quite depression. It's like a low-grade sadness that just kind of, or melancholy that never leaves. So, but there's like, even if it is a little bit uncomfortable, you're not mad at this feeling. It's like, you're absolutely okay with being this way. You're not resisting the fact that you're feeling this. In fact, there's part of you that mostly likes it. Okay, pile 3, so interesting. So if that describes you, let's see what Spirit wants you to know about this feeling. Why are you feeling this way? So for pile 3, please, Spirit, what do you want them to know about why they feel like this? Pile 3. Why is pile 3 feeling like this? We have the 7 of Pentacles. The Star. The 9 of Wands in the reverse. The Ace of Swords. Switch these up a little bit. Three of Swords. 3 of Wands in the reverse. Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Three of Pentacles in the reverse. This is fascinating to me. Back of the deck, we have the King of Wands. Why are you feeling like this? Because you have a deep need right now to find healing, to slow the rate of change in your life, to retreat into your mind, into your learning process, into a sense of inner exploration, to protect yourself from some kind of pain that you're currently feeling. And this is coming through as all like very skillful, very positive, very adaptive, like positive coping skill is how it's all coming through to me. So I'm not hearing anything as negative here. It's like the reason you're throwing yourself into these different interests, whether it's related to you personally, like in therapy or not, like in true crime, like whichever way it goes, it doesn't matter. The way in which you're doing it is helping your psyche scratch an itch that is helping yourself feel more comfortable in a time of change. This is all very mysterious. I don't even exactly understand as I'm saying this how this would work. Maybe you do as you're listening. But it's like, as an example, watching true crime shows. Maybe it's something you were really into like 10 or 20 years ago, and you've come back to it now as something that feels like familiar and feels like a part of yourself you don't want to totally leave behind, but you know that you're moving on from in some way. And so connecting with that and that part of you helps whatever period of change you're in feel less overwhelming and easier to manage in some weird way. So that's happening. And even if you are taking this like to therapy, there's some way in which it's a positive distraction. So if I were to sum up this whole reading, why you're feeling that way and why this is happening, it's a positive form of distraction for you. It's an outlet for your psyche to manage whatever's happening in your life or escape from something distressing or painful. And we have the Three of Swords here. So, you know, as a reader, I can't ignore that, especially in this deck. To me, it's especially brutal. For some of you, this could just be the general pain of change, being in a new job, in a new location, new relationship. But for others of you, it's really deep and profound loss or grief. Maybe even the death of a loved one or the death of a situation. But this feeling that you're having and the being drawn into the deep, dark places is soothing. It's like it's medicinal in a way. It's having a positive effect. And if you've had any concern about, is this too much? Is this doing something bad to me? No, it's all actually, at this time, at the time of you seeing this reading, it's actually a positive form of a positive coping skill for you. So interesting, pile 3. I love this for you. What else, Spirit, is important for pile 3 to know about this? It's interesting also, like as the reader, as I'm talking to you about this, I'm feeling this energy of the King of Wands, like almost this like whoosh, intensity coming through me. It's enlivening, it's supportive, and I feel like that's part of what it's giving you too. Almost like what's happening in the Star card here as well. It's like there's this light that she's holding the tether to. There's something about this that really helps you a lot. What else for pile 3? The Tower in the reverse. 3 of Cups in the reverse. 9 of Cups in the reverse. It's like I'm getting the sense that whatever these activities are that you're drawn to, it's like they're taking the place of friendships. You may even have like really positive friendships that you're totally happy with right now. But no matter what, it's like something here is helpful in, again, slowing you down with the Fool in reverse. And if you have concerns about this being bad in some way, even if it was bad for you in the past, like if you resonate with that example of like, I used to do all this 10 or 20 years ago, it's not bad. There's nothing negative here. It's actually really helpful. There will be a time where you leave this behind and you are dreaming again. You're just kind of in the in-between time right now. Page of Cups in reverse with the King of Swords in the reverse. Somehow, and the new bottom of the deck is 10 of Pentacles. Somehow this relates to your overall happiness, wellness. I'm even getting like physical wellness for some of you. It's just there's a part of your brain or a part of your psyche that really needs this outlet. And I can't exactly connect all the dots to be able to tell you why this would impact your physical health. Like if you're trying to lose weight, gain weight, improve your heart health, and I'm hearing all kinds of different medical conditions. It's like somehow this has an impact on what you're doing, and a positive one. It's also forcing you to use your mind in a different way than you normally do, which is important at this time. Okay, any final thoughts, Spirit, for pile 3? What you want them to know about why they're feeling this? Or anything else you want them to know? We've got the Lovers. Something about this also is balancing for your love life. If you're in a relationship, this is positive for you and your partner. Now, sometimes this might be easy to see. Like if you're in therapy working on your attachment issues, then yeah, that's going to obviously have some positive effect in your relationships. But if you're binging forensic files, like, it might be hard to see how that would be helpful, or at least for me it would be. But that's what's indicated here. Like whatever you're doing, if you had a concern that it would have a negative impact on either your current relationship or prospects or potential love opportunities, no. It's very supportive actually and harmonizing. And it's a mystery. Like I'm really getting that this whole thing, in a way, it's like it's not meant for you to understand it. It's meant for you to trust that, like to trust yourself, trust your own life, that your interest here is positive and supports you. And I think you know that, but maybe you've just gotten some criticism from others, maybe even from a partner about how you are, what you're doing. And this reading's here to let you know, no, everything's good. This is really important for you. And you'll see why at some point. Okay, pile 3. If that made any kind of sense to you, I'd be so curious to hear about your situation. This one in particular, I'm like, what could be going on for this person? So if you're interested to share, I would love to hear that in the comments. And leave me a like. Feel free to subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this. And I look forward to seeing you at a future reading. Thanks for coming by, pile 3. Hi, pile 4. If you picked the Snake Princess plus the Dragonling Garden, this is going to be your reading. So first, we're going to look at what are you feeling. So listen to see if this matches indeed how you're feeling, and that's how you'll know if this is your reading. And then we'll go into why are you feeling this and anything Spirit wants you to know. So let's drop in here. What are you feeling? So the vibe that I'm getting from both of these cards is a sense of being under threat or in need of protection. Uneasy, that's the word. I think the feeling is unease, uncomfortable, waiting for the other shoe to drop, not sure what to think, feeling like I'm missing some information. I have the vague sense that maybe someone's trying to manipulate or use me. Something's not right here. There's some kind of danger or lack of safety, and I'm not sure where it's coming from. So this is not like, oh, there's a threat. There's a brown bear coming straight for me who looks hungry and aggressive. This is not that. This is that lingering, nagging feeling in the back of your mind that you can't quite figure out. Like, why am I not feeling quite right? Where is it coming from? Confusion. So if any of that resonates, pile 4, let's look at what Spirit wants you to know about why. So for pile 4, please, Spirit, why is this person feeling like this? What do you want them to know? 10 of Cups, interesting to come out first. 2 of Wands. King of Cups in the reverse. Why are they feeling like this? Page of Cups. Whoa, I'm not going to take all of those. That's too many. King of Wands. Sorry about that. Camera died just as I was putting that last card out, the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. And then bottom of the deck, we have Death and Rebirth in the reverse. So it's interesting. So the reason you're feeling this is less about there being something scary that you need to protect yourself from. Like, I get that that's the emotion that you're feeling, like a little bit on edge or like out of your depth or over your head, overwhelmed, not sure if this is the right thing for you. but it's just because it represents growth in an area. So like, you know that feeling when you start a new job, it's your first day on the job and you're feeling really like uneasy and like, should I even be here? Can I do what they're asking me to do? Is everything going to be okay? Or is this going to be the worst thing I've ever done in my life? It's like that leap of faith feeling. That's what's happening here. So it's actually not anything bad. It's coming through as very natural, very human, but it has the possibility of being inhibiting. So this is also a more extreme example would be like the feeling you get before you make a huge change, like you move cross country or you decide to go after that person that you've really always wanted and try to make it official with them, or change your life in some big way. I do feel like this is romantic for many of you. The example I'm getting in my mind is transitioning from just like a physical relationship with somebody to actually going deeper and going and getting emotional with them and really truly intimate on a deeper level, and just how terrifying that is and how unsafe it feels and how it's like this will never work out. There's so much potential for risk here. And what's coming through is it's like Spirit is saying like, yes, there is potential for risk, but no risk, no reward. I mean, that's just the way it is. You can't expect massive, wonderful, beautiful, good things in your life to happen if you never risk anything. The amount you risk is proportionate to the potential reward. So, to just say the same thing a different way, if I'm only going to put in $5 and I'm hoping for a massive return, like a 300% return, well, that's $15 is the 300% return. So it's like, that's an amazing return, yay. But what if I had put in $500 or $5,000 instead? That 300% return then really makes a difference. So I think the way you're thinking of it right now is how much you'd be putting in. So like, wow, I'm putting $5,000 in the stock market. That is terrifying. But there's a part of you, a wise part of you that knows, like, this is my pathway out of the dark. This is my happiness. This is my opportunity to actually maybe have what I want. I'm terrified to try. I'm terrified of change, but it's possible. And if I don't really bet at all, then I'll never know. So you're at that precipice, pile 4. And what I'm hearing is that, like, no matter what happens, no matter what the outcome is, this will be a good investment. So if you're coming here with a question in your mind about whether you should do this thing or take this next step or invest in this opportunity, the answer I'm getting for that is yes. One scenario that's coming to mind right now is like leaving a corporate job and going and starting your own business. A very risky thing, right? And sometimes it can be very difficult to make that choice because of everything you think that you'll lose, which, like, you'll lose your benefits, the steady paycheck, maybe you'll lose making that amount of money. That could all be true. I mean, it certainly is true the day that you quit that other job, but it might not be true long term. And even if it is true that you don't recoup those more like tangible financial benefits, there might be way different and more meaningful other things that come through. Like maybe you find your place in life. Maybe you're overwhelmed with happiness, even if you're making 20% less, or who knows, just an example. But there's something here about like you betting it all on this scenario that you're talking about is never the wrong answer. It is the right answer. And it's not about the result. It's about what's going to happen inside you because you make that choice. And let's think about it the opposite way. So let's say, you have this leap of faith ahead of you. You really are nervous about it, as every person on the planet is, anytime there's a leap of faith in front of them. And there is the option, there is the choice to shrink back, to do nothing, to not take that leap. I'm hearing like, just like there was the option for me 5 minutes ago when this video shut off to be like, I can just do 3 piles and say there is no pile 4. Like, I don't really have to record that video. I can just stop where I was. It's not the worst thing in the world, but also there's no possibility for growth. So all you can expect if you don't make this leap is more of the same of what you've already had. And I think that's where you're really truly stuck. Like, that's the truth of it, pile 4, because the bottom of the deck here we have the death card in reverse, death and rebirth reversed, which tells me that what you're feeling is the discomfort around change and just straight up not wanting to change. You're feeling resistance to that emotion of being uncertain, unsteady, being in a new place, being over your head. And yeah, that is for some small percentage of the population exhilarating, but for most of us, it's really scary. So Spirit, what else? Okay, should pile 4 know about this? We have a stack falling out and I'll take them. Queen of Pentacles reversed, 4 of Swords reversed, King of Swords reversed, 5 of Cups reversed, 8 of Cups reversed, the Fool reversed. My deck is not upside down. You might think it would be. So I'm almost getting a scenario playing out in my mind where it's like, yeah, but it's too scary. I can do it later. I'm not going to do it now. I don't want to go down this road. And I'm getting almost kind of like a in my mind for you around that, because it's like Spirit is saying, if you don't make this leap, if you don't walk away, you'll have the same grief, the same areas of your life that feel unfulfilled, unhealed, hurt, grieving. You're not going to come in alignment with yourself the way that you want, and you're not going to be the person you want. Like, never mind be in the situation you want, whether that's romantic or otherwise, but you are never going to be, you're never going to feel secure. The way towards safety actually is for you to make this leap. It feels unsafe in the short term, but it's actually the way to become safer long term. And the example that's coming to mind with this is like therapy. I mean, going to therapy and spilling all of your secrets to a stranger, to a lot of people, seems like, why would you ever want to do something like that? But it's actually the only way, if you're doing it with a safe person, it's the only way to learn to take care of those tender, vulnerable parts of you. And it might take a few tries. It might take you revealing your deeper self to people that can't help as much as they want to at first, or worst case scenario, someone that actually does some damage. But even that, all of that is part of the process. It's not about it going perfectly. It's about you showing up over and over, and eventually you will get there. So I think that's your reading, pile 4. Interesting reading. I hope it resonated for you. I'd love to hear about your situation. If you're interested to share, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe. And what else should I tell you? That I'm running a special with private readings. So now through June 15th, they are buy one, get one free. So feel free to email me if you're interested in that. And thanks so much for coming by. I look forward to see you next time.